Welcome to the first of our market updates for 2014, brought to you by Frog Recruitment. Now, in this first market update, I have a number of areas that I want to touch on, but first and foremost, it's really looking at that large conversation called the talent economy. Now, we're fascinated by the talent economy and have been observing it, of course, for a number of years, and this year is set to see a number of changes happen within the talent economy. Now, to describe the talent economy in its easiest format is really just to say that there is a finite number of skilled workers and there is an infinite number of opportunities for these people to take up. So success comes with organisations who focus on projects and outcomes as opposed to necessarily hiring these individuals into their formal workforce. So the talent economy is going to throw up a number of challenges and trends for us to take note of. But of particular interest to me is really that notion that it is about developing communities that are absolutely in tune with your brand. And so it's from that particular platform that we start today's market update. Now, firstly, let's look at salaries. Salaries are going to increase. Now, the pundits from Treasury to SEEK to the industry suggest that the increases could be anything from 3 to 3.6%, but there is no doubt that employees have felt that they have really fostered the burden of the last few years of restructuring, increased workloads and longer hours, and they will be looking for increases this year. So it's going to be a vexing time for the HR and the finance teams as they manage their way through the expectations of their employees. Our next salary update will be on our website in March, so we'll let you know about that. But the calls and the frequency of inquiries around this area is daily at the moment, so should you have any questions at all or wish to gather any information, please don't hesitate to contact us. Actually, it springs to mind a saying I saw the other day, which is that the war for talent is over and it has been won by talent, from John Bersin from Deloitte. So I think that really summed it up very well for us as far as what's expected in the salary department. Our early research shows that the areas of accounting, construction, engineering and IT are all set to increase. And so the gap between expectations and what is realistic is going to be one of the to-do list challenges this year. Now, the next trend, and some of you will probably go blah, 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 attraction and sourcing, but it is absolutely critical that you understand that this year. The changes that have happened in our industry in this area alone have been phenomenal. And as a 25-year-old veteran of the industry, I feel I can speak from absolute experience. 2014 is the year that you need to really focus on attracting, retaining and developing your teams. And it needs to be done with passion, innovation and authenticity, because this is what employees are looking for. Talent is global and they're mobile. So the challenge moves from can I find the very best people to fill those spots in my organisation to where on earth will I find these individuals. So the sooner we become comfortable with global recruitment, the better as far as our organisations are concerned. Recruitment is morphing into a marketing activity. The shift in thinking is happening from simply placing someone in a vacancy to really looking at the whole future of the workforce of an organisation and taking critical steps to make sure that you are wanting to attract and are working towards attracting the right individuals. Now, here we see some things coming through which are really interesting. For example, our talent tell us that they really do appreciate the personal touch. Now, it may sound trite, but in this world of technology and white noise, one thing that people do crave is that lovely face-to-face and personalised service from anyone that they come in contact with, particularly around the recruitment process. So we urge you not to replace all of your wonderful personal touch and high-touch capability with technology, because technology is simply an enabler, and really one of the ways that you can stand out from the clutter is by being incredibly sincere, genuine and authentic throughout your recruitment process. Now, companies need to go mobile. Candidates or hot talent, just like you and I, are very time-strapped these days, and they do not want to sit down and have to trawl through websites and try and glean information about your organisation. So they are on the go, on the run, ordering coffee and applying for vacancies at the same time using their mobile phones. Now, we've seen a significant increase in the number of mobile applications from our mobile optimised website, and we strongly suggest that you talk with us about this if you're wishing to go down that pathway. We have some great information and research that would suggest you must make mobile part of 2014's plan. And the last trend I'll touch on as far as the talent economy is concerned in this update is all around the area of workforce planning. Now, as you know, it shocked us last year to find out that less than 10% of Auckland companies were doing any form of workforce planning. But as far as we're concerned, this is an absolute critical activity for this year. Workforce planning is all about building future pipelines. It's looking into the future in the next 1 to 5 years and saying, look, who are we at risk with? Who might we lose? What's our succession planning like? Who's retiring? What skill sets are we going to need tomorrow to take us into the future? And it requires a detailed plan and a really focused approach to make sure that this is mapped out. And it provides a high degree of security for organisations that have got this well entrenched in their environments. Along with workforce planning, we see things like reward and recognition programs, increased benefits coming into play, and a really strong push around leadership development. In fact, that has been one of the key themes that's come through from organisations this year as they start to unzip their wallets and really invest in developing and growing the people inside their organisations, which is terrific, I might add. So workforce planning is about attracting the best and building for the future. And there are some questions that you need to ask your hiring managers. Are you producing talent or are you merely consuming talent? And we would suggest that you err on the side of producing talent because that's where your success in your business will lie. Now, for those of you that really do wish to explore this topic, and we urge you to do so, there is a workforce planning conference down in Wellington on the 1st and 2nd of April, brought to us by our friends from across the ditch. And I note that a futurist from Disney is going to be presenting, which appealed to me, I must say. So we will have a link for this on the website, and you'll be able to follow that through if you wish to attend and really build your capability in this area. In conclusion, just a couple of things to really touch on. We wish you well for the year. We look forward to partnering with you and working with you. We've started off the year with a hiss and a roar, so long may that continue. Business confidence is clearly booming and increased employment is happening, so we're very excited about that. And finally, we're delighted to report a partnership we have just put in place with the Ice House across the country, which is all about taking products and services to the SME market across New Zealand. Now, Ice House have developed a barometer called the BIQ barometer that can be accessed from our website, and we urge you to see how your organisation's faring as far as the 6 telling areas are concerned. And in conclusion, this is the year that we rid ourselves of outmoded, old-fashioned processes and replace them with speed, agility and a nimbleness that will allow ourselves as business owners and organisations really succeed in the talent economy this year in New Zealand.